one, the one, the only one. Don't even waste your time trying to compete. No one else in this world can think like me. I'm twisted, how contradicted. I am addicted. Eyes on his lips, I lick it. That's what you are. It's the metal skin, vintage crystal off the bar.
Coming home with the energy.
Bitch on the bar. Alien superstar. Whip. Classic for this world. So I'm the girl. Two diamonds and pearls. To be touched. I think I'm all engrossed. I think you with my love. With my love. Unicorn is the uniform you put on. Eyes on you when you perform. Eyes on I when I put on. Mastermind and haute couture. Label horse king clock. I'm so obscure. Masterpiece genius. Grip intravenous. Etiquette on Paris. Tiffany blue billboards over the ceiling. We don't like plain. Always dreamed of paper planes. I'll high without rodeo. Then I come down and take off again. You see pleasure in my glare. Look over my shoulder and you ain't scared. The effects you have on me when you stare. Head on a pillow, hike it in the air.
Hello, hello. How is everyone feeling today? Woo! Let's open the eyes. Breathe. Unique. Yeah. Let's see what's happening on our Facebook group. I'm streaming into the Facebook group. Okay, cool. Sorry, I switched the screen. Okay, here we go. Okay. Today, we have something very special prepared for you. First of all, welcome to the Supermodel Masterclass. And you can see, you can feel the space, the energy is fired up. We are exciting, doing really great, awesome. So happy to have you in the Zoom room and happy to have you in the Facebook Live if you're streaming from the group. That's fantastic. I'm super, super thrilled and excited to present to you this masterclass on this Friday noon. And let me just double check that the Facebook is all good. Cool. Yeah, Yoni's here. Somya. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I'll be seeing your comments in my phone, and I will see your comments as well here in the Zoom room. So we'll make this a little interactive so that we can get to know each other, connect, feel each other's vibes, and you know, learn, grow, get boosted together in the space. Yeah, awesome. So thank you so much for being here live with me. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much that you're here, you know, hanging out with me. Give a comment, hashtag replay, so I can say hi. And let's get started. So today, masterclass, I have set up, well, masterclass workshop. Okay, Sophie's joining the room. So there might be some people joining still the Zoom room. We'll be letting you in. Just make sure you mute your microphone. Thank you so much. So I'm really, really thrilled to present to you this unique experience with me today. It's pretty unconventional. So you already noticed that everything I do is very unconventional. I'm not like your regular, you know, business coach. I'm not your regular coach in whatever way. I actually consider myself an artist. I'm a visionary artist. And really my background is art. I have a master's degree of fine arts from Goldsmiths University in London. I have been pursuing my art career, and then I have paused it to move to Costa Rica, meet my beloved, have a baby, build a family and community tribe here in Costa Rica. And hi, Sophie. So nice to meet you. Such a pleasure to connect with you. And then I have come out fully as the unicorn that I am online. So only about 2.5 years ago, I actually entered the online space. I haven't really done much online previously to that, maybe as an artist, yes, but as a coach, as an entrepreneur, this is fresh, right? So I wanted to share with you what have accomplished in this very short amount of time. Sorry, that's the door banging. We have some wind going. What I've accomplished within the short amount of time that I've had positioned myself in the industry, so to speak, online. I know that you're in the space with me here. You run your own coaching business, probably. You are considering yourself an entrepreneur. You have some form of presence online, right? Whether you already started your business or you are about to start your business, or you want to start your business, or you want to restart your business, right? We all have that one motivation that is coming fully present online with our gifts, with our superpowers, with our uniqueness to inspire the world, first and foremost, to help, to be in service, because this is truly who we are as heart-driven, soul-led, mission-driven women in the space, really being in service to the mission, to the greater purpose that we are here meant to bring to the world, and as well make it so that it is profitable. Like one of the biggest mistakes that I did in the beginning of my career, I have not really fully included myself as a profitable coach, and it was all just service, right? And what had ended up was me not actually making any money, but just serving and being inspirational, right? So there is a big difference between being an influencer and being inspirational and actually helping people through a sacred monetary exchange, right? So drop me a hell yes if you're here to get paid, right? Drop me a hell yes if you are as well on the path of financial freedom, financial liberation for yourself, for your family, for your community, and as a role model for the planet at large, when we step out of the hamster wheel of the 9-to-5 work, right? And I have a few clients which are going through the process of releasing their 9-to-5 paradigm and stepping into financial liberation and freedom to be in greater service to the mission, to really use all of their multidimensional gifts and have much more possibility when it comes to wealth creation, because really truly what it means to be supported through material means money, wealth. Daria is giving me all of the emojis. I love it. Really what it means, we can increase our impact. There is so much more opportunity and choice that we can do when we have actually resources to ripple out into the world. So it's not just about, okay, making money, having an income. It's not just about having an income now. It is way more about like, what can we do when we increase our capacity to hold more wealth, and actually what does it do to ourselves as the visionaries, as the change makers of this planet? How can we then be more in service? How can we increase our power and actually have our message ripple out further and further into the world, right? So there's so much opening. We can invest in different projects, and there's so much more potential to explore when we actually open the floodgates. I'm pretty sure this lands for you, and you have your own reasons why actually you're as well having a drive for financial freedom. It might be personal, and all of that is beautiful. Like it might start like on the personal level that, yes, I do want to be financially independent from my partner, right? I want to retire my partner because he's been working so hard, right? And we want to support our families and our communities with bringing ourselves into the position of being the one, like literally, like you are the unicorn probably of all of your surrounding, throwing yourself in the ice cold water of the ocean where all of the sharks are. You don't know what's going to happen. You just have yourself to trust and to follow your purpose and your mission, knowing that you are always being supported and backed up by the divine, right? So I'm very soul aligned, right? I'm very much working in alignment to my higher self, to source. I've done a lot of spiritual work. I went through my own spiritual awakening starting from 2015 when I hit rock bottom, realizing that the life that I've been living back then, I was in, after I graduated from London University, went to Berlin. So I'm from Europe, right? I have Russian, Polish immigration background, grew up in Austria as an immigrant. Now you can already see that I've been an alien ever since I was a little girl, right? As an immigrant. So just to give you context of why this is so important for me, right? I have achieved a certain level of transformation for myself. And really the reason why I'm talking about this is because it shows that it's possible for anyone else. Like no matter where you are at in your life, identifying with a certain construct of a story, whether it's your upbringing, whether it's certain like experiences, negative, positive, anything that has made you who you are today, has the potential to shift in very short and fast amount of time by you leading yourself to the becoming of who you truly know yourself to be. Because there is a thing that we are somebody that we've been brought up to be versus the one that we actually know we are truly meant to be in this lifetime. And it feels like it's a huge gap, but really truly every time you step into spaces where you enter a conversation about this, you're one step closer, you actually right now in this conversation, in this sacred transmission with me, are in the portal, the wormhole that is the pathway to her, the one that you are becoming. We're always in the process of becoming that version that fully lives out her greatest potential in this lifetime. You speak my love language. Oh, I love it. I'm so happy this resonates with you. This is beautiful. Oh, I feel so connected. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. So I love speaking. I love inspiring people. I actually have this summer coming up a second time public speaking opportunity in Czech Republic, which is fantastic because I have, Slovak, Eastern European background. So now being able to talk on stage to Czech people and give them this codes and give them this transmission of like, look, I've grew up quote to quote in the slums of the immigrants in the outskirts of Vienna, right? I've been in the lowest of environments of all of those like who are refugees. I've been a refugee, right? We've been refugees coming from my mom immigrating from communist Russia to communist Poland and then escaping there and coming into a refugee camp in Austria. So this is a certain paradigm that exists, and we can be as well sometimes like still fully emerged, and we can already see that there is another possibility here. So you can see how I literally jumped into a different dimension, living now in Costa Rica in abundance, in love, in community, in heart-centeredness, something that I've dreamt about so much, meeting my beloved, my true soulmate, and having a baby and raising her in complete freedom without system. That has been really the original reason why I have made all of that effort, right? To release all of the karmic entanglements, the patterns, right? And it took me a lot of spiritual awakening and a lot of spiritual and energy work. So let's come to talk about the practical things of how you can position yourself in your brand, in your business, fully alive as that multidimensional power woman, the supermodel, the top model that you are. So I want to give you some information, some training, some really juicy, good stuff for you to learn and take away from this class. Side note, the exercise from Pure Looks I'm falling through on Wednesday, I manifested my Chanel. Chanel sandals. Oh my God, this is so juicy. My love, I'm so excited for you. This is fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna follow what I said I will talk about. Yeah, so let's dive in. Okay, we're at 20 minutes of you feeling and tuning into who I am and my vibe and what I'm all about. Let's dive into the content. What are the benefits of using professional photography for your brand? Okay, so I was mentioning that I accelerated my business within like the time span between 4 and 6 weeks after rebranding myself. Like literally, like I dropped everything like it's hot. I was completely lost. I didn't know what I was doing, what I was meant to bring to the world. And then when I downloaded Hyperhot, I was like still like thinking, okay, what is it really? What is this frame that I'm supposed to channel through? And then when I fully allowed myself to have full permission to do the thing that I had here inside, a beacon of inspiration, something that was in me boiling like a fire flame, and I allowed myself to fulfill that, it started to take off. Okay, so what that has been was I had a vision of me in that photo, in that image, really, in that image of that audacious, almost like a gangster woman on her Porsche, really like showing off, like legs spread open, you know, and like emanating that energy of self-confidence, of power, and of ownership of her wealth, right? So I had that vision downloaded me like way before I actually fulfilled that dream of that photo shoot. So something came up when I was within that withholding of that, and that was a trigger. And I want to tell you that when you decide to position yourself as the most audacious, most activated, most out there persona that you could possibly be on the internet, you are going to be misunderstood. You are going to most likely be judged, attacked as well, and you are taking a risk, right? But every time we take a risk, there is a huge reward on the other side, because it's just about how do you manage the trigger and how do you utilize the energy of that activation to benefit you and your purpose and your mission. So this is what I did. I had some very dear friends of mine actually come and start to criticize and judge my work online and tell me like, oh, this whole Hyperhot thing, I don't even know what that means. Like, this is just something, you know, obviously you just have like 14 likes on your Instagram. Obviously your business isn't working. Like the whole like waterfall of limiting beliefs showered over me coming from that particular person. And at first, in the first moment, I was really hurt, right? You can imagine like if somebody gives you all of that projection, you know in your heart this is not true, but because you're not fully anchored yet in your truth, it's touching you because it's reaffirming all the self-doubts you were holding. Yeah, it's reaffirming all of that like insecurities that were there. So they're just shining the light on it. And what happened next is, obviously, I went through the portal of the trigger. I was really activated. I was really resentful with that. But then I actually let myself to go all the way in. And that's what I actually do oftentimes when I feel triggered. I go even deeper into the thing that I'm criticized for, that thing that I'm like judged for, right? So if somebody would tell me like, oh, your Instagram looks like pornography, now I will go and do it even more. Okay, so there was like certain comments that I received from different angles. So what I allow myself to do, actually, I use that activation to fuel me translating it into that photo shoot. And you have all seen those photos that are circulating on my Instagram, and that is with me in the Versace bikini, right? With my car, right? I'm driving a Porsche Cayenne in Costa Rica. I've been judged for that too. And I'm sitting on my Porsche and I'm having a good time. And this is, look, this photo shoot, is a reclamation of my power. I know that for a lot of people, this might look like, oh, she's showing off. But when you understand that you're not doing whatever you're doing for anyone else, but you're doing it for yourself, then it suddenly doesn't matter what anyone else might think about you. And whether somebody thinks, oh, she's showing off, or she's this, or she's that, the list can go on. I know the truth of the meaning of that, which is I reclaimed myself through these pictures. I reclaimed my power. I went and I positioned myself with fuck off deliberately, because this is what my soul was craving. This was for me an activation in order to bring something out of me which has been suppressed. Yes. So here's my first tip. If you have a vision of yourself, okay, as that role model, like when you think about your business, like you know exactly what the message that wants to come through, like why you're doing, like deep down, you know what wants to come through you. The message, the original code, right? If you now go in and you would translate it as if I would be the spokesperson for that message, what would that look like? What would I wear? Where would I be? What would I like? How would I look like? What would I embody? What would I present on an image? Because then really, and that can be quite challenging, is when you take that vision, that grand picture, which seems blurry, but you allow it to channel through, and now it becomes a square that can fit on the internet. You see, it's basically, it's like, yeah, we gotta like put it into that square. But when you master that, actually that square represents so much more than just a picture of you on the internet. It represents your whole story of rising up into your power, your success, your dreams, everything that you allow yourself to fulfill through your mission online, through your service, through your business online, right? Given that you have a deeper calling, right? I always also want to make a disclaimer that I'm speaking to women that have a deeper calling, which is not just, oh, I'm, like I'm skilled with this, like I know how to manage social media and I'm going to have a business that is helping people manage the social media, right? Okay, if it's simple as that, like you do you, all of that is fine. But where I'm coming from, like what I'm doing, what I'm inspiring in you is to think of your legacy brand. What are you here living behind through the work that you bring to the table, to the space, which is what you stand for? What exactly relates as well to your upbringing of who you are, really fuels what you stand for. And suddenly you activate a whole bigger picture of you as the brand, personal brand, or if you use an umbrella brand for your business. And as that brand, who is she? That spokesperson that stands on stage and talks to hundreds and thousands of people, blasting that message out into the world. Who is she? So the benefits of using professional photography is not just it makes you look more professional because suddenly there is a concept, there is a it's curated, there is more intentionality in there versus just like random pictures, photos of you, like selfies and so on and so forth, right? Suddenly there is like a curated intentionality with how you represent yourself online. And you take yourself at risk, right? Because you're suddenly not anymore just the nice girl from next door to be friends with, but it's clear everyone that comes to your page, first thing they see, it's like, okay, there is something happening that is more than just somebody talking on the internet. There is a whole curated artistic intentionality there that wants to communicate to me something, right? Maybe the message lands or it doesn't land. But if you allow yourself to go that path of that professional framework for your business, you're actually naturally filtering out people who might just want to hang around, or actually gonna see you as an authority and as a leader in the space. Okay. Well, you hear all the time from business coaches things like, oh, you got to position yourself as a leader, you got to position yourself as an authority, as an expert, so that people who come to your world know exactly who you are and what you're meant for and how you can help them. Yes, this is really relevant if you have an intention to scale your business to 6-7 figures. If you're just doing it to have whatever income, like if you're just here for like, okay, I want to have my safe 5-10K a month, like I'm just gonna like, and maybe, whether it means like if you want to grow a little bigger, it's gonna be hustling, you gotta just serve more people and be, a little bit more like working. That's really the opposite. Whether it's like, okay, there's that one path of like, okay, I'm gonna work my way through and hustle, or it's like, bam, here's who I am, here is my standard, here's where I exist, in which dimension, and you can join this, right? Because there is a sacred invitation always for people to join the movement. All right. Okay, someone's still joining into the Zoom room. Let me know how this is landing. If you get aha moments, if you feel that there is something important for you to take away. 11:33. I want to connect with you. I want to feel you in the space. Drop me a comment. Tell me if this is valuable. Tell me if you receiving some kind of activation, if you like feel inspired, if you have like ideas, something pops up, light bulb moments, right? Okay, expression and reclamation of personal power and meaning of business. Yes. So if this lands for you, absolutely. Okay, awesome, Daria. I'm glad this lands for you. If you get activated, if you're like, okay, I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm meant for this big thing. It's blowing my mind. I don't even know what it could look like potentially. It's all crazy. It feels so huge. It feels like, oh my God, like all of the things, like it fires up your brain and your soul is like on fire. There's truth in here, and it's exciting. What we can do to become attractive in our brand. They're saying, I have a bigger vision. I see it in my dreams. I see images, dance, routines. I'm a creator. Yes, queen. Exactly. Like fully stepping into that. Okay, I am a creator, right? What the foundation of my teachings is, and that's a spiritual concept. Okay, so if you're familiar with manifestation and all of those things, like that's the 1.0 simplified version of that truth, which is we are here in order to become conscious creators of our own reality. This is the only reason why we as souls have a human experience, in order to learn, to master, and to realize that we are the conscious creators of our own reality, which means we are creators by nature. Our blueprint is to be a creator. Now, when you bring that forth from your soul into your humanness and human awareness, we call it artist. You are declared yourself as a conscious creator of things. And honestly, if you are an entrepreneur and you're creating a business, you're creating something from nothing, you are an artist. You're birthing something, you're creating something, you're bringing something into the world that hasn't been there before. We are all artists, and we have forgotten that all of us, we have that potential, not just to create our own reality through, deliberately. Well, I have certain ways how I activate my clients into fully being aware of how they're creating their realities. And that's Chantal, she knows what I'm talking about. She's like, yeah, this was happening since 2021. Oh my God. Like when Chantal, she like sends me a message like, oh my God, you came to my dream and you were teaching me stuff. So it's like beyond this physical form where I'm like, okay, I'll look at you, like, let's talk, and I'm explaining you some things, and this is what you can do. It's like way beyond. It's like I'm coming into your dreams, and we're like doing stuff in the quantum field. Yeah, I worked a lot with plant medicine. I'm fully activated. I'm a lot in the quantum field, messing around with things and shifting on my own reality and helping my clients do the same for themselves, right? So that's pretty like out there sometimes, but really when it comes to your business, it's like, okay, how much I am consciously manifesting, creating that environment for myself. And you can direct that. You can deliberately curate the experience you have yourself inside your business, and as well your clients when they step into your world and they see you the first time, which is like your online presence, right? Is what is their experience? What are they getting from you? What are they feeling? How activated are they? I'm always mind blown how powerful you are, and you are expanding every day more. Yes. So here's the thing. We as those leaders in if you're running your business, you are a leader. Just like, okay, drop it into the truth. Like, I am a leader, I'm a public speaker, I am a creator. I am already that, right? If you run your own business, the more you drop into the truth of who you are, and in truth is actually you're realizing that it all has to do with you and your own evolution. So it actually never stops. And I was just telling my dear sister yesterday, it's like there's always deeper layers, and it feels like there is no bottom to this pot, because we take ourselves deeper and deeper into the activations and of unlocking our own potentials and opening opportunities for ourselves, and everyone in our field benefits from that. That means that your duty as the one serving clients is to do your own inner work, because they feel it, right? And so I am fully and committed to my inner work, because I know exactly where I'm heading, and everything can change within a split second. And my clients, they come with me as I grow and I accelerate within our energetic vortex. I take them with me. That's how deeply I connect with my clients. It really, clients seem so dry. We have a soul connection, we have a soul contract. And that's why when someone really truly anchors into me, well, I get that. Like my one client, she's like, I wish you to be my forever mentor, right? Because it's like, I see how we can grow and rise through life together. As you rise, I rise, shoulder to shoulder, we move together and we become the most potent, most biggest version of ourselves possible. So what can we do to become the attractive, magnetic version? Like when it's all like on that superficial level, okay, I want to just be like attractive, magnetic to my clients, in my online presence, in my visibility online, in my pictures, in my brand. The way how you get there is through doing your inner work, through doing that work on yourself first, stepping into self-belief, self-love, self-trust, holding yourself in your personal power, even when there's times where you feel insecure and wonky. Even if you feel demotivated, you have a commitment to yourself first. You lead yourself first, right? You lead yourself to become that version that you want to represent on the internet to your clients, so that they get an activation the first moment they see you picture. I love my inner work. Dedicated turns me on, who I'm becoming. Yes, 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 exactly. It's that inspiration where it also then becomes effortless, because you're just so inspired, thinking all the time about the potential of what's available for you if you just allow yourself to take yourself into the room, into that portal, into that wormhole. And receiving support, help, mentorship has been for me like the biggest, driving force to stay on track. Because shit, like every day happens, shit happens. We naturally, as human beings, there is a tendency to fall into inertia, Yes, because there is just a law of the material things disintegrating on this planet. Our bodies are in fact disintegrating from the moment we're born, like from the moment we're born. No, there's a moment where we grow and we're in the expansion, and then there it shifts, and then we stop growing and we're starting to disintegrate. That's what we call aging. So there is a tendency that is absolutely normal on this planet, that wants that which we are as a material being wants to dissolve over those hopefully 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years that we get to spend on this planet. But here's what I tell my people. The reason why this inner work is so powerful is because otherwise this is just slow death. Life becomes just slow death. So we have to consciously, with intention, every morning when we wake ourselves up to the fact that no, I'm not available for just disintegrating and slow death. It takes ourselves an extra effort and push to bring ourselves into motion of growth instead of disintegrating. Because guess what most people experience when they're in the hamster wheel of that work life? More and more life force energy gets depleted, right? And that's exactly what happens. So that inner work, we do it for ourselves to keep waking ourselves up to the potential of what's available for us on this planet, what we can achieve in a certain amount of time. And definitely there are some people that have more motivation, more driving force, more inspiration, and some just less. But why is that? Why do some coaches appear so magnetic, so intriguing, so attractive when we stumble upon them on the internet, and some are quote unquote boring, right? Without criticizing on saying like, okay, you know what, like we can shift ourselves just by clicking ourselves open, getting ourselves into containers that activate us, that push us to the edge. And that's really what this is about, like allowing this business, this work that we do, constantly push ourselves to the edge and challenge us in the most juiciest way, right? That's why I bring fun and play into this game. Okay, so I want to crack ourselves a little bit up. Take a deep inhale. Shift gears. Play some music. Okay, take another deep breath. I know, let's not get too heavy into this brain stuff. I feel like the energy was just like, boom. We all went into like, oh my God, okay, like what's happening? Let's take a deep breath in. I love this part. You said we grow and we take our soul clients on board with us. Content becomes effortless. We're turned on, inspired. Exactly. So what can we do? What can we do for ourselves to feel magnetic? Not just think about it, but really feel it, be it for ourselves and for our clients, right? For our business. And it all comes from your sacral, from your juicy sexual energy, creativity. All of that is sacred, innocent, beautiful, powerful, pure energy. So just allow yourself to activate it for a moment so you can feel the juiciness in it. Allow it to rise. And bring it into the heart. Feeling your heart opening wide open. And now overflowing, overshowering you with that self-love. Feel your breasts, your nipples activate, your shoulders, your skin on your arms. And then flowing down your back, goosebumps all over, shivers, showers, and then really spicing up as well your butt cheeks, and they all want to dance and play. Work with your breath, work with your whole body, your belly, and your hips. That's it. Touch your thighs, feel the juiciness in your body. Very good. Okay. I feel there is a shift in the room. Beautiful. That's the medicine. Medicine. Your own energy becomes the medicine for yourself and your clients. Allow yourself to make love to yourself, even just like in the dance, energetically, like that beautiful energy that you can erupt in you. Give it to yourself. Receive yourself. Receive yourself. Allow yourself to be more. Breathe yourself in. Okay. Come on, you can give yourself kisses. It all starts with ourselves. It always starts with ourselves. Holding yourself in your own love bubble. Yeah. So work with those beautiful tools that are self-activating, music, movement. Right now I'm sitting, but I would do with my clients as well, like opening the hips. And I have something very juicy to offer you at the end if you would want to do this with me over a journey. Okay, I will share with you later. How to get the most out of your professional photo shoot. Yes, exactly like that. By stepping into this juicy version of yourself. Sometimes it can be challenging, but we have tools to support us when we feel uninspired, unactivated. Yes, we drop into our pleasure body, right? So what I also teach my clients as well around a nervous system regulation is through the pleasure body. Yeah, I have. So I'm working through like 3 major bodies in our system that we thrive to activate in order to become successful, which is the power body, which talks all about leadership, self-confidence, self-belief, walking the talk, taking ourselves to the finish line, being, like grounded. The pleasure body, which is the creative life force energy, the juices that activate yourself, that make you feel, like in your pleasure, in like your joy, that yes, like let yourself overflow with the beautiful energy that is already within you. And the wealth body, because the power body merged together with the pleasure body truly activates the wealth body when we give it full permission to stream through us into the world. Okay, this is how I activated myself in my own business, and that's how I as well help my clients activate their business to accelerate faster. Obviously, there is as well strategic things when it comes to understanding really intentionality in how you do things online, right? And your professional pictures in your photo shoots are here to support the activation of your power body, of your pleasure body, and of your wealth body. Yeah, there are translations from that. So how to get the most out of your professional photo shoot is with this intentionality through these photos. Ask yourself this question: when I plan out now this photo shoot, how is this supporting me to activate my power body, my pleasure body, my wealth body? Yeah. How are then they are translated, right? You can have a vision board, you can have like all of these ideas, concepts, like creative directory that you can do for yourself, whether you envision yourself lying in a bed in a hotel room, or walking on the beach, flowing hair open, or like dancing by the poolside with like a cocktail or something like that. Like all things are possible if you imagine yourself as that version that has already accomplished everything. Right now, how to get the most out of it? Through intentionality and communication with your photographer, really explaining your photographer the biggest of visions that you have for these pictures, and as well understanding how that concept for your pictures will seemingly merge and move into the offers that you have to present through them. Yes, because the energies in your photographs position the content and the context of your offers. Yeah. So to break it down for you, I want to show you my most recent work. Okay. So you've seen I'll show you my Instagram. Well, I don't know if I want to screen share right now. I don't want to like cut our connection off, but maybe I'll just do it on my phone, right? So, okay, I'll just go with this, right? This photo, you've seen that all of the Supermodel Masterclass. I knew what I was going to wear, right? So yes, it is about getting really like clear, okay, what am I going to wear? Like the practical things just as much as the energetic things. What am I going to wear? Which color palette am I using? What is the background? Is it busy? Is it simple? What is the location, right? And as well, based on that vision, you already know, okay, I wanted to do something through my sexuality. And that hence took me to actually use pictures where I am in this, which is a half a dress, half a negligee. And as well, you know, so the style, the look of it merges into the meaning of what you're going to offer through those pictures, right? So you not just taking pictures, because I do have friends which are content creators and they create stunning photography. But then when I ask her, like, do you actually have a strategy how you use this photography? She's like, no, I'm just taking pictures and then I see what fits into my offers, but it doesn't work. She never successfully fully was able to sell her offers, because you got to know exactly what are you going to do with the pictures before you actually take the shoot. I used to do that mistake too. I would do first the shoot and just have like whatever, and then see like, okay, what can I do now with these pictures, right? So you got to reverse that, and you've got to first think, what is it that I want to bring next to my community? What is it that I want to offer the next piece of activation of, well, the next offer? Like, what is the next piece of wisdom, the pearl of wisdom that I want to offer? What is the energy of it, right? And so by my example, I knew that it had to do with that sexual energy, the activation through our sexiness, allowing ourselves to be sexy, allowing ourselves to be fully expressed in our femininity online. So what I chose was that pinky color palette with that look that made me feel very feminine and sexy. And naturally that translates into the offer that I have, which is the Supermodel Masterclass. And then I have 2 more things for you that are going to be very juicy as well. Okay. So you see how actually simple it is if you work with intentionality and planning out, understanding before, not even planning out too much, but just understanding, okay, being just smart about it, right? Just understanding, okay, I'm going to do this and this and that, and it will serve my work in such a way. So how to use our professional pictures for a brand then? How to use the pictures on the internet is by positioning it together with your content, with your marketing. Okay, so all of that I will be teaching way deeper in a program, because it can be quite deep. If I really want to support you, do that exact thing of crafting your offer, knowing exactly what you want to bring to the world, and then it seemingly merging with that positioned piece of your artistic expression, which is your photo shoot. Yeah, for me that's really just like the artistic expression to translate the energy of what I want to bring to you. Yeah, so in that example of the supermodel, it's that unapologetic self-confidence. And what I do, and I tell you now a little secret. Okay, I promise I will tell you a little secret. of my own thing, what I do. I work with signature poses. So maybe you noticed throughout my pictures, there is one certain move that I do that is like a red thread through my pictures. And I do this and I like go like that, right? I like pump up my hair a little bit and then I do like something with my arm up, right? So you can see in this picture, that's exactly how I'm posing. Yeah. So practice in front of, before you do your photo shoot, practice in front of the camera. Like, first of all, like, what are the poses that feel like kind of comfortable to you, right? What feel like good and juicy? Like, how does your body naturally wanna be, right? If you are open, right? Not the natural, right? Maybe you will think like, oh, my body wants to naturally be like this, right? When I'm like sitting like that. Okay, think, is that my activated me sitting like that? What is my activated me, right? So for me, it's like a lot of times with my legs somehow like that and like that and like kind of cool. It's just like how I am, my natural way, how my body expresses itself, right? So this is what I'm working with. And this is really the only secret. And the next secret is maybe just like how to be in your body position so that your neckline is open instead of clenched forward. Okay, so that's the second secret, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I for now I don't work even with a stylist. I do my makeup by myself, and honestly, like, you can really start simple. You can have a friend to take pictures of you. If this friend has a little bit of experience using a camera, that's very beneficial. But even for my first branded pictures, I took the pictures myself with my own phone, right? So it's not that complicated. It's about embodying that energy actually much more than the professionality of the photography, because you can take really fantastic professional pictures with the iPhone as well. Yeah, but it's what makes it look professional is your intentionality in the way how you hold yourself in the pictures, versus just like a selfie where you go like that, right? And a picture, look, it's a slight difference. Maybe it's a huge difference, but maybe it's like a slight difference actually, that a picture that comes from front like has your whole body or half of your body. The more of your body is actually visible on the picture, the more it connects with your audience, because really truly we see energy even through pictures. So it requires you a willingness to be fully seen, to be fully exposed online. Means like somebody might see your picture because you can see the whole body and they will read your energy. They can see, okay, what's happening within your field. And then we come back to the inner work where you want to like be confident, even if there's something that, you know, is in your field that you would not want people to see. Actually owning that and being like, I'm all of me, and all of me has permission to be, and all of me is included, and all of me is good, perfect, amazing, fabulous, beautiful. Okay, so but for the practical part of it, yeah, you know, like find a pose, you know, find a pose. And third tip, third secret. So first secret, go find that like pose that you feel your body naturally wants to be, you know, like what, play a little like dance when you do your photo shoot, dance, move, like find different ways to, you know, express yourself through your body. Second, what did I say? I don't remember. But the third thing is, you can watch the replay. The third thing is relax your jaw. You see how my mouth on the picture is open, and you will see that on 80%, 90% of my pictures, the mouth is open. And what it does, it gives an exhale and it makes you feel way more, first of all, makes you feel way more relaxed. And in the picture, it translates as being more embodied, as being more in your body, more connected with yourself, more open, relaxed. And this is that might be a small thing that most people are not aware of, but it makes all of the difference. Okay, so okay, that was the personal secrets of looking hot. Obviously you want to feel good in your body, and it doesn't matter the shape of the body, right? Like I would never say like you need to like do certain like lose weight or something like that crazy before you can feel hot in your picture. It's nothing to do with that. Everything has to do with your energy, how much you are embodied through that self-love, through the confidence and your personal power, right? And what you want to represent. So coming really playing with identity, coming out of I'm just going to take pictures of who I am versus taking pictures of that next level version of me. Yeah. So that's the switch that you get to make. Whereas, well, you get to live up to that brand that you want to represent, that mission, that business. Cool. Okay. So how has this been so far? Was this helpful? Was this inspiring? Do you think you can use these tips for your next photo shoot? Who here has a photo shoot planned, actually? Maybe not planned, but maybe you are inspired to do one, right? Who is excited to do their photo shoot? I'm activated, my pleasure body since this morning, my walk changed and feels super sexy. Exactly, right? So I did first myself and I'm planning for July. Fantastic. Okay, awesome. So excited to do it. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is so fantastic. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what I want to say is that definitely like that photo shoot gets to be a big activation for you personally. Definitely you conjure up a vision within me. I'm so happy. That's awesome. That photo shoot gets to be a big activation. I actually have as well a photo shoot plus a video trailer that is, you know, coming alive in me, that I had a vision for and is being now like planned, conceptualized, you know, all the practical pieces that need to come into place, scouting out like the location. In the beginning, you can take it way more simple, right? So you can like look at translating it, like the first vision I would do go all in. Thank you. It was beyond amazing. Awesome. Go all in. Yeah, it's obvious though to embody the next level. Exactly. What has happened for me when I was sitting way too long on that initial vision that I had for my brand, it was frustration. So the longer I would sit on the idea, the more it builds up of like blocked energy. And was stagnating me. It was like getting me frustrated and all of those things. And really like that's why that trigger came to me, in order to activate me. Sometimes we get triggered in order for us to unblock the road and go for the thing that we maybe forgot about or put aside or didn't pay attention to. So what I really would invite you to do, consider to do it like now. Everything, like for me, if I have the possibility to do something ASAP, I will do it ASAP. I'll not sit on idea. I will not sit on a launch that I want to like bring into the world. The faster I translate it into my work and I bring it out, the more it activates as well abundance, the more it unlocks things for the people who are here to receive me, you know? So I want to share with you, if you want to know what I have for you, the juicy stuff that can help you really activate your energy. I have two things. One is here to activate your energy and that pleasure body for you to really become juicy and activated and come into more embodiment, working on that self-confidence, you know, do embodiment practices with me. I have one thing that is called juicy. Yeah. So I will give you all of the information. Either you send me a message if you want to know more, or I will drop it into the group as well. And then I will as well be launching it in the public. Juicy is going to be a 5-day journey of getting fully activated in your pleasure body. So we'll do all this like very playful things. It's going to be all energetics. We're not going to talk too much about strategy, right? We're not going to talk too much about like now how you're going to translate. I'm just going to give you the activation, and then you can choose and decide whether you want to translate it into your business or not, right? Or you just want to use it for yourself and elevate your life force energy, your excitement for life, your playfulness, your sexiness, your hotness, your turn on, you know, like it's like sexual energy activation. Obviously, I'm going to take you as well through clearing any blockages around your discomfort, if there is any, with your sexiness. If there's any type of blockage where you don't feel fully free and expressed, this journey is meant to unblock that and reset yourself so that for you it's natural. Like for me, it's natural to be in my sexual body. Like it's for me a natural thing, you know, like that's why it boggles me when I get messages from other women. Like I recently received a message like, why do you need to show yourself so sexy? Like I'm so fed up with like the sex sales and stuff and like that. It's like, I don't care, because it's my natural expression. It's my natural expression. And I want to use my natural expression in my business fully, because I know it activates the women that need my medicine, right? So we're going to talk about that as well, if that feels relevant for you, that you feel like that juiciness in you is meant to come fully alive so that you can infuse it into your business. Yes. And then from there, I'll have a second thing that will be a deep dive into then how is that being translated into your business. And there will be more strategy work. There will be more hands-on support for you to do things for your brand, for your business, that will accelerate your business. Because really with that life force energy, you fuel your business for it to accelerate, especially if you already, so this is good. That second thing, which is called Top Model Marketing, it's a program that is like a mastermind hybrid, where I will going to deliver modules, and I'm going to mastermind with you, and it's going to be very intimate and high proximity to me, where I can look into your content, look into all of your, like if you have a photo shoot, if you have content, if you have marketing pieces, how can you juice it up, spice it up, make it really activating for your audience to receive yourself fully, right? And making it your artistic expression. So we're going to go deep into your marketing, how it is now and how it can be upgraded. So you might want to, if you want to do like a rebrand, that Top Model Marketing program is going to be perfect for you. If you want to relaunch your business, or you just want to up level your business, you know, to infuse it with that extra spice, which is your sexiness, your juiciness, your unapologeticness, creating thought-provoking, polarizing pieces of content as well, bringing in your intellectual property as well when it comes to your beliefs, and like all of those things that support our mission in order to reach the people that are meant for you, right? That are meant for you. obviously bringing it all into your offers so that then you can start selling your offers in that like most activated, confident way. Okay, so that will be a deep dive. You can either choose to, if you want to like come into my world, choose to do that 5-day thing, which is gonna like play out over maybe 10 days, 5 to 7, maybe 7 days, right? With 5 activations, and there will be more embodiment work. Or you can come in deeper and receive that support with me, where I will be actually in a mastermind with you, and we go back and forth, and we talk about your own process, where you're at, what you need, what's blocking you, and you will get the 5-day activation as a bonus, as a gift, right? So let me know if this has been helpful for you, if you got some ideas, if you got some value out of this, if you got inspired, if you got some new, fresh energy for your work. I'm so excited to be serving you in this upcoming season. I'm just gonna, huge shift is taken, is to take a photo of next level of me. Okay. Excellent, sublime. Okay, awesome. Just looking at the comments in the Facebook group. Had a vision with the position, want to build some model project. Super grateful each step you shared. Okay, awesome. I'm excited that this was useful and inspired you up and has activated you. And honestly, your perspective is unique. Oh, thank you so much. You know, really, like I'm doing like, it's my 7-year-old. I can say that again and again and again. It's my 7-year-old that's running my business. And that's why actually I can never fail, because it's serving me in my own joy and pleasure and having fun and doing all of this. Like, obviously, like calling a masterclass supermodel, a lot of people can go like, oh, that's ridiculous, like what is she doing, like no, and it's like not serious. I don't care. I'm serving myself first and my 7-year-old. And literally, like, okay, 90% don't get it, but you are here and I'm doing it for you. Who are you here? Chantal, Sophie, Daria, and whoever was watching the replay, like, if I'm doing this for you, because there is a different language that we're speaking a different language. We're getting these things, you somewhere in deep down, like, get activated. It turns you on. It's like, oh yeah, there's something in there that's fun. Like, I also want to run my business from my 7-year-old, maybe 13-year-old, maybe 10-year-old. Like, I want this to be fun. I don't want it to be heavy and like, oh, drag. Like, I want it to be that like juicy thing that activates me, and it's serving me first, and then I can be here in overflow, giving to everyone who wants to receive. All right. I love you so much. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you received. I love you too. Thank you. Beautiful sum up. Thank you so much, Daria. Thank you. And yay. Thank you, Sophie. Cool. I'm excited to see you on the other side of this portal. And I'm available for you to reach out to me if you want to know anything about those offers. If you want to step into my world, we can have a chat about it, and we can just see, like, how can I support you? Like, really, I'm here to get you into that next level, into this next stage of your own, playful, effortless abundance, creating wealth, building business, legacy brand. Awesome. Would love to know details. Awesome. Okay, we'll chat. And I love you so much, and have a beautiful rest of your Friday. And we'll see you on my Instagram stories.